Pay up or die. That could happen to you or your loved ones if you or your loved ones have a pacemaker. Hello and welcome to the Hackers Report. Before we talk about the pacemakers, I do have one thing I want to touch on, and that is Bitcoin mining. Now, I know a lot of you have probably heard about Bitcoin mining recently, or have heard at least about Bitcoin recently. I certainly hope you have, unless you live under a rock or something. Anyways, Bitcoin mining. Two people were fined $12 million for a Bitcoin mining scam. Now, what had happened was it was a Ponzi scheme. Now, if you don't know what that is, essentially what people do is they take money from investors, and then they tell them that they can give them a percentage back. And then what happens is they then go and get a larger group of investors, and they use that money to pay off the smaller group of investors, and then they keep the change, keep what's left. And then they do that over and over and over again until eventually they don't have enough people to invest. But these people didn't get there, and they were fined $12 million for a fraudulent Bitcoin mining scheme. All right, now let's talk about the pacemaker. The pacemaker, in case you don't know, is something that regulates your heartbeat. A security research firm just discovered over 8,600, or nearly 8,600, around that number, of vulnerabilities in pacemakers that hackers can then exploit for, ransom, whatever they want to exploit it for. Maybe you've got a hitman who's a hacker, and it turns out that your target has a pacemaker, and that's it. Gone. Hadoop cluster insecurities expose over 5,000 terabytes of data to anybody with knowledge, of course. A Hadoop cluster is a cluster that is used to store large amounts of data and then be able to stream those data, or that large amount of data, to individuals who want to access it at high speeds or high bandwidths. Now, these insecurities are typically due to poor configuration of the servers or the clusters, or the database in this case. And because of that, hackers are now targeting Hadoop clusters and holding them for ransom, or whatever they're using it for, turning it into a botnet or something like that. Next, we have a man who was jailed for 6 months for not giving over his iPhone password to authorities. Now, if you ask me, I think that authorities asking you for your password for your phone is total BS. You should be able to withhold that from them if you see that you need to, or if you want to. It's not that you have something to hide. It's a matter of what's the word? It's a matter of principle. That's what it is. It's not that you're hiding something. It's a matter of principle. See, if I ever get arrested and the authorities want my phone password for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe they wanna find some sort of dirty thing on there, or some sort of illegal information that I have, just so that way they can stick me with something. I'm not gonna give it to them. You know what I'm gonna tell them? I forgot. If you have your fingerprint on it, they can just make you put your finger on there. So don't use a fingerprint if you're doing illegal things on your phone, or if you are ever at risk of getting arrested. Now let's talk about where I get all this information from. I get all of my information, all of this news, essentially, from a website called the Hacker News. It's a great website, great place to get information from. 6 months ago, they came out with something called Deals, or the Hacker News Deals, or whatever it is. And they have amazing discounts on courses and material, VPN lifetime subscriptions you can get for like $30. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, oh, this is some sort of scam or something, but I've used it before, and I'm not saying that you guys should just trust me because I've used it before, trust them because I've used it before. I'm just saying, I've used it. I haven't had any problems with it, and I've bought a bunch of things from them. Recently, I just bought a course, a $555 course normally, and I got it for $35. Think what you want. In my experience, it's not a scam. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hackers Report. Till next time, I'm gonna try to get these out more often. I've been really busy lately, so I'll try to do what I can to get these out more often. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.